Hello, my name is Sam Braden, and I'm here today to talk to you about your ignorance gives them power. So, when you hear this statement, your ignorance gives them power, you may think about it and question yourself. The first thing you're thinking about is the word ignorance. Well, ignorant can be defined in many different ways. And I'm not speaking of ignorance in terms of what people would know as common knowledge or even what you can learn in terms of being in a classroom. When I speak of ignorance, I'm speaking beyond that. Yes, it does relate to book knowledge. Yes, it does relate to things that would be considered common knowledge. But what I mean by ignorance is more so in our character and also in our behavior. So we live in a society right now where it is popular to be very controversial or to cause any type of distraction so that you can get some type of attention for either status, fame, or even money. So it's almost as if people have lost their standards. They have lost all sense of consideration for how they present themselves as people. And it's not like we even look at ourselves and say, this is what I stand for, and this is the way I'm going to present myself, and no matter what will I compromise. But we've taken a different approach as a society. And the sad thing about that is that our children, the younger generations coming up, they see these things and they look at us as adults. They look at us as even older teenagers, young college students. The younger generation is looking for guidance and they are going to imitate what they see. So this is why I'm talking about ignorance today, because we have to be very aware of what we put out there in terms of social media, what we portray in the public eye. You never know who's watching. And even when you don't think someone is watching, that's when you should always be aware of what you're doing. So when I'm speaking about power, I'm speaking about power in a sense where it's defined beyond the sense of saying, well, this is my position and I'm over these people, so I do have power. Well, in this regard, I'm saying that the way that you present yourself is giving outside forces that you can't even see control over your life. For example, if I go online on Facebook or whether it's Instagram or whatever the social media outlet is, if I go on there every single day saying something negative, if I go on there every day talking about how bad this is, how bad that is, then what I am projecting out into the atmosphere is so much negativity that there is going to be nothing but negative energy coming back my way. It may not always come immediately, but what you put out into the atmosphere is always reciprocated back in your direction. So we have to be aware of this, and not to say that we're going to be perfect people or not to say that we're not going to have a bad day, but everything does not need to be broadcasted for the world. Some things are meant to be left behind closed doors. We all have issues, we all have insecurities, we all have doubts, and we all have questions about many things because life is a journey. Life is not it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So we're going to be constantly learning and growing. And I'm saying all this to say that you have to be aware of the ignorance that you're putting out there. You have to be aware of the amount of negativity, the amount of drama that you're putting out into the atmosphere. And a lot of times, this comes from a sense of us wanting to be entertained rather than educated. We don't spend a lot of time on improving ourselves, improving our own situation, improving our life, improving who we are as people. And when I say making improvements, I'm not just speaking about monetary improvements or setting goals and saying, yes, I want to become this famous person or this celebrity so that people can notice me and people can value and respect me. I'm speaking in a sense to where You want to be a better person because you have something to give to the world. You have something to share with the world. The world needs to know where your heart is coming from. That's what I mean in terms of being a better person. So when I say your ignorance gives them power, we essentially are shutting down ourselves because we are not focused on becoming better people. We are not focused on love. We're more focused on competition. We're more focused on ourselves than giving to other people. And this has to change. In order to make the world a better place, it has to start with me. It has to start inside of me. I can't change what's going on around me if I haven't changed what's going on inside of me. So remember today, focus on being the best you so that you have something to give before you look at taking anything away. And that's all I have to say today. Your ignorance gives them power. My name is Sam Braden, and you all have a good day.